Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to our channel. Whoever I'm speaking to today, if you felt called to click on this video, I feel like I'm speaking to someone who is about to enter a really strong union. Maybe you already know who this person is, but you and this person are going to be working together more efficiently. Things are going to start clicking for you and this person separately that allows you guys to coexist in a very beautiful way. Some of you already know who this person is. Some of you guys are discovering who this person is. A lot of you could already be in union, in relationships, in a marriage, and things are just going to click in this season for you and that person that allow you guys to make faster progress, allow you guys to have more, there's an energy of like not butting heads anymore, having more happier days than difficult days. Also, solving problems easier, okay? I say that because the two cards coming out for you first, we do have wedding rings. Okay, wedding rings. This talks about a union, a wedding, marriage, or being married, a soul connection, eternal love, and everlasting promises. A lot of you guys are going to be working very well with your spouse. Okay, so even if you're not married, if you're just dating, maybe right now you really want to be single, but I see you being in cahoots or working together with someone who is your spouse, your future spouse. Some of you guys are already married, and maybe you've had some changes in the marriage recently. Maybe there's been a lot of strife. Maybe last year was a very hard year for both of you. But this year, you guys are coming into a very beautiful partnership where you guys are going to be getting a lot of things done and things are just going to be clicking. We have Hammer. So you're in the season of rebuilding. This talks about sabotage. So you're cutting out the sabotage, cutting out the disease. What was sabotaging moving forward? What was sabotaging a connection? Those of you who are single and dating, you won't be revisiting those sabotage or saboteur type of behaviors. And you're meeting someone who also is releasing that type of part of themselves as well. This talks about rebuilding something from the ground up. It talks about interrogation. Okay, so maybe someone is finally coming out of denial, whether that's you or your counterpart. Repetitive actions that I'm going to talk about in just a second. Repetition builds discipline. Repetition builds self-control. Repetition builds you just doing something without even have to think about it because it becomes normal. You're adjusting to a new way of being. It talks about persistence and working things out or working on something, okay? So I want to read with you guys. I have this book here. I've been writing down a lot of my wisdom, just thoughts that come to me, brainstorming. And I have a excerpt here that I wrote a couple days ago, and I want to share it with you, Sag, okay? So I'm speaking about magic, and there's magic in everything, and that's another video for another time. But I came to the conclusion that magic is a harness of energy, okay? And energy is dedication. So if magic is a harness of energy and energy is dedication, magic is a harness of dedication. Repetitive actions, doing something over and over again builds power, builds influence, and builds magic. That's why people who work hard are successful, but also people who work smarter are also successful. So it's not always about working so hard. Sometimes it's about strategy. Smart equals a strategy for your dedication. How can you harness energy smarter without overworking, even in relationships, okay? So this applies to this reading. I felt called to share this with you. Whether that's consolidation, delegation, or regulation, each person, no matter what your role is, if you're a consolidator, if you are a delegator, or if you're a regulator, it doesn't matter. You're still the master of energy, the master of magic. Any wish you have, even regarding a connection and who you want to be your partner. Any wish you have, you need dedication to obtain it. Once you master how to work smarter, you will have stronger magic, okay? You have to know your master code, though. You have to know whether you're a consolidator or you're into consolidation. You have to know if you're really good at delegation or regulation. And you don't need to mix the two. Master one thing first, and then over time, as you become wiser, older, then maybe you can pick up more than one. But I think it's really going to be very it's going to be a good thing to just master one. Know your role. What do you naturally do in this time? So, in your relationships that are coming up, for those of you who are single, in your marriage or relationship that you're currently in, pick a role and utilize that role, and don't try to do everything at once. Consolidation, okay? This is something I think that I do. It's being really great at one thing. Usually, this is to avoid burnout. So, people who burn out very easily, if you know that about yourself, you may be the consolidator. So, this is being really great at one thing. It's only temporary. As you become the master, you will work like you never before because of popularity, okay? Anyway, this could go for work, of course, but that's another video. But in relationships, if you're the consolidator, there's something that you have mastered, a skill, a mindset, a perception, and you need to just be really great at that and offer that to your relationship, okay? Instead of bouncing around trying to pick up different roles. I'm good at this. This is what I offer, and I need to work with that to be useful or valuable in my connection. Delegation, enforcing collaborative work. Okay, so delegators are just really good at like social skills, people, and they know who works best in different roles. So you're kind of like the one who can say, hey, you're good at this, you're good at that. So a lot of you guys may have the consolidation type of energy. Being really, enforcing collaborative work, great for social butterflies who can read people well. Has an easy role as long as they are well liked and a good reputation. A lot of you guys, some of you that I'm speaking to, you may have a really great reputation. No matter if you have ups and downs in life, people are always attracted to you. Past people are attracted to you because your reputation precedes you no matter what you go through. And with delegation in your relationship, you may be really good at pinpointing your partner's strengths and their weaknesses, and maybe urging them to do something that you have a weakness in to make you guys coexist better. And the last one is regulation, the fixer. Okay, this is energy of people who have really strong Virgo in their charts. So if you do have that, then I'm speaking to you. You are solution based, okay? You kind of come into a situation after something is not streamlining its best, and you come and fix it. You can pinpoint what's going wrong and you know how to fix that. All right? So this is a authoritarian type of energy, someone who's like really leadership, someone who knows how to command. And this is also big brother energy as well, is what I wrote down. So those of you who are really good at watching, people watching, things like that, even when it comes to your lover, you pick up on things before they even tell you, then you definitely will be the regulator. And so I just wanted to share that with you because there obviously is a really strong union that you're either rebuilding or you're about to step into, and you need to know your role, I think a lot of times lovers butt heads because we're trying to do too much at once. If we know our roles, then we can be better in partnership. And that's all I wanted to share with you. All right. Amongst that, hopefully that helps someone out there. Amongst that, we do have memories here. So right now, there could be a lot of reminiscing. Maybe someone's reminiscing about you. Maybe if you're in a strong union, you're reminiscing about the good times, the good memories. You could be dwelling in the past instead of being in the present and making new memories right now. But you're going to come out of that very soon is what I'm seeing. Good times, you're wanting the good times to roll back in. And I do feel like you have that up ahead. You could be looking back a lot or someone's looking back at you. We have ghost energy here, okay? This talks about leaving something behind. Maybe a lot of you who are in relationships, you do have thoughts about leaving maybe your partner behind, feeling like you guys are not working well together. That's about to change, okay? So don't give up just yet. This is the energy of disappearing, acting cold, and no contact. What you don't see coming is that you have a surprise. All right, singles, you have a surprise. You're meeting someone very, very significant. Or if you're in a relationship or marriage, your partner is about to surprise you with their change of action. Okay, they're changing who they are, their identity, and they're going to be making some really good surprises for you coming up. This talks about unexpected action. So someone is changing in a way that you weren't expecting, and it's going to make you smile. This talks about spontaneous energy, spontaneous actions, maybe a spontaneous trip coming up. Someone's doing something very spontaneous. Some of you guys are about to be proposed to. The whole reason that this is coming out, okay? This talks about someone showing up. In relationships, it's really important for each partner to show up for the other one. And I feel like that's happening here. And unexpected change. All right. Let's go ahead and jump into your reading. Let's see what's coming out today for you, Sagittarius. I wasn't expecting this kind of reading, but I'm really happy to see it. I'm really happy to see it. All right. All right, give me some messages for my Saggies who are about to step into a really strong union. Someone who works well with them and not against them. Someone who may be showing up unexpectedly for my Sag. Can you tell me about this situation? All right, I see someone here very significantly. Someone is going to be super attractive to you. If you are single, there's someone coming towards you that you cannot deny. This person is just giving you attractive energy. Not only do they look good, but this person, their behavior looks really great. And that's something that's really pulling you in, is how they show up, okay? We have the Bachelor here. The Bachelor. I believe the Bachelor is, hold on. What is the Bachelor? Is that the Emperor? Let me see really quickly. I believe that's the Emperor. Some of you guys are saying it to me right now. Like, yes, that's the Emperor. Maybe it's not. Hold on. Yes, it is. Okay. I shouldn't doubt myself that much. Okay. But yes, Emperor energy, which I really like. And that's also the outcome. So this will be the outcome of this reading that we'll catch up on a little bit later. You have the Seven of Cups here. Seven of Cups is the energy of fantasy, right? And your next card is the Page of Cups, which looks like someone fantasizing. So there's something, Sag, that you've been fantasizing about when it comes to your love life, or maybe even just having the right partner around you. Someone is showing up exactly how you visualized, okay? Even if you're in a marriage or relationship, maybe you've been fantasizing about other things, other people, or just a significant role that you would love for your partner to show up as, but maybe it just hasn't been the narrative for a while. That visualization that you have, whether you're single or you're connected, is coming true, okay? Seven of Cups is the energy, again, of fantasy. It's also energy of being clouded by too many options. And I think that's why it's so important for you and also your person to know their role. What am I good at? What can I offer? What do I bring to the table? Let me stop trying to adopt something that's unlike me and try to makeshift this energy that I come towards, because that could be leading to burnout or exhaustion, or just could be frustrating trying to be something that you're not. I feel like there's this energy of like, I'm no longer looking at other, offers or who I can be, and I'm stepping into my role. I'm choosing one cup to focus on. We also have this card that looks like cutting of something. So someone's cutting off maybe, the disease in the relationship, their bad behavior, their bad traits, maybe their weaknesses, not leaning into that anymore, leaning into their power, their strengths. Okay, so there's definitely a cutoff energy here. Those of you who are single, when you meet this person, they're going to cut all their other options off for you because they see the most value with you, and they're doing it right. This is the card of the edit. So someone is editing maybe their personality. They're editing maybe their identity, how they show up, their actions. Someone is taking a big corrective energy here, trying to be their best self possible to show up correctly in this connection. All right, bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Cups. So you have a lot of love coming towards you. We also have the Six of Wands. Someone is showing up and showing out, making you really proud. This is a time that you and your partner will be more in the public eye. I don't know if you guys are posting each other more. I don't know if you guys are going out and about in the social scene, but there's a lot of respect behind you and this person from other people. Okay. Let's see what's going on with the Seven of Cups. So someone is finally coming out of La La Land and making a decision to move things forward, to move things along. If you're single, someone is choosing you above the rest. They see so much value in you and where you guys could go. All right, tell me about the Seven of Cups for Sagittarius and this person. All right, Five of Pentacles. Someone wants to come out of the cold, okay? And I also see that someone is no longer leaning into their lack mindset. Maybe someone didn't feel very abundant, and that's why they couldn't show up abundantly towards you. And now someone is no longer seeing themselves as the Five of Pentacles. You know, Five of Pentacles could be like a loser mentality. It could be a victim mindset. You know, I'm victimized, and this is the reason that I'm so oppressed that I can't show up properly. Someone's losing that personality, okay? Someone also could be coming out of broke mindset as well, like penny pinching, feeling like they're not abundant enough to do certain things, okay? So I definitely feel like this year you and this person will have just a lot more new experiences because someone is no longer acting broke. Or they're coming out of a lack of abundance. So there could be some trips coming up for you this year. There could be like maybe someone's ready to buy a home. Maybe someone's ready to buy a car, start a business. Someone is just now becoming more abundant and stepping into their power, coming out of the Five of Pentacles. I also feel like if you went through a rough patch with your partner, there's this energy of forgiveness that someone is now coming out of the cold. Maybe you were giving someone the cold shoulder for a long time. Even those of you who are single, someone could be coming back towards you, a new person, and you're finally ready to get them out of the cold. You're no longer giving them the cold shoulder, okay? Four of Wands. I see a relationship. You know, I did read your comments from our last video. A lot of you guys are like, you know, love is not my priority right now. I'm really focused on my goals. Well, Four of Wands is not really a card of love. I mean, obviously it's relationship energy. It's more so of partnership. You know, who's going to be the inhabitants of my home that make this home a palace? Who's going to help me to build the structure and the stability and the foundation to make something last, okay? And it's finding your safe space. It's finding the person that you can work well with. And I feel like this is what this is more about. It's not really about love and lovey-dovey energy. It's more so about partnership. You're coming into a really strong union, a soul connection with someone who's going to be a true partner. And we have the Knight of Cups again. Someone is pursuing you very strongly here, okay? What's the energy of the Seven of Cups? Wow. Okay, we have eternal love. So there definitely is an everlasting promise between you and this person who's coming towards you. I feel like you guys are stepping out of stress. Maybe stress is a reason that someone was being very indecisive in the past. But I feel like someone now feels calm. They may feel in harmony with their purpose. They are doing big things. They're getting results. And that makes someone more ready to take bold action. And I feel like even with the card of surprise, someone's going to be taking a bold action towards you that you're not expecting. Something is turning around in your favor for this connection that's coming in or that you're currently in. We have the daydreamer here, okay? There's been a lot of fantasy energy. Maybe you've been picking up on traits from other people, whether you just seen examples through media or you've seen someone in person that you are like, I like that for the type of partner that I envision. You've been visualizing something. What you don't realize is that even the repetitive action of daydreaming, of visualization has been creating some magic and bringing in that manifestation closer to you. All right, so something that you've been daydreaming about. For example, let's say something silly. Maybe you've been daydreaming about maybe your partner just being a little bit more freakier in the bedroom, okay? Like maybe they're not matching your freak. And you've been dreaming about that. That is actually happening, okay? Or maybe you've been, fantasizing about, I want to start a business with my partner. I want to start something strong, community driven, whatever it may mean. That is actually coming into fruition this year, okay? Wow. Tell me about the daydreamer here with the Page of Cups. Whoever I'm speaking to, even though you dream a lot or you visualize, you fantasize a lot, Page of Cups is also a card of loyalty. So I just feel like you still have loyalty to this situation unknowingly, maybe even subconsciously. The universe is just kind of keeping you situated because they already know who you're going to make success with. What's the daydreamer here? Two of Cups. This is a love reading, guys, And even if you feel like you're not looking for love, you don't have love in your life right now, it's coming in, whether you want it or not, because part of this union, this connection unlocks something that you've been manifesting, okay? There's union here. I see proposals happening this year. Definitely. I see recommitment happening this year. Maybe someone may surprise you and say, hey, we're going to recommit to our vows. We're going to have a party. We're going to have some type of social where we're going to recommit our vows. Someone wants to start fresh with you. Two of Cups. What else can you tell me? Someone's finally on the same page as you. Feminines, I do have to shout you out, okay? You have like big success happening for you. This month, maybe you're achieving something really great. And even though you do adopt the energy of the feminine, with that Queen of Wands, you are showing up as a leader. So part of the way that you identify your habits, your routine, has influenced maybe your masculine to step up in some major way. So I want to give you a shout out because it is based off of your own actions, your own behavior that is influencing the person coming towards you to do better as well. All right, so you definitely are you're showing up very much in leadership here. Tell me about the Page of Cups. So something you've been visualizing, daydreaming about, fantasizing about is actually coming true, but not in the way that you thought, Maybe you thought it would have to happen in another relationship, a new partner, or in a different way. It's coming through with someone very significant here who's showing up for you in a major way. All right. Because you've been changing your schedule, you've been more committed to something recently. You've been more consistent. You've been waking up earlier, going to bed earlier. You are really, in a place of great time management. It's rubbing off on someone in your connection. If you're single, you're attracting someone who's going to be very disciplined, okay? Schedule. Look, commitment is right under that. So there's commitment through alliance. You and someone working towards a goal that you guys are both going to be committed to. You ever want to produce something with someone, even a friend or a family member, and like you're the only one who's all in and the other person's just kind of procrastinating or lazy or just not doing much? That won't be your narrative this year, okay? You have someone that you can trust, someone that you're bonding with, someone who's super loyal to you, that is committed to whatever you're trying to produce. You guys both want the same thing. And that's why it's so important to know your role, Even with the Queen of Wands, this could be someone who, if they're consolidation, they're really good at one thing and they've been committed to that one thing that inspires the other person to find out what their one thing is and bring that value to the table. If they're a good delegator, it's like I know who works best. I know my role, but we're going to do partnership. And I think that you should do this. I see those qualities in you. So whatever role that you play here, you definitely have rubbed off on your counterpart. Or if you're single still and you're meeting your person very soon, you're attracting the right counterpart coming towards you just based off of your identity. You being very committed is bringing a very committed partner towards you. This card came out, and this is kind of the reason I want to use this deck today because it is very love forward. But we have the 10 of Cups and it's the proposal. You have a new proposal coming towards you. Some of you guys are definitely getting engaged this year. It's going to be very special. What makes it special is just not even the act of someone getting down on one knee and making a spectacle. Who cares, right? What makes it special is that you're finally meeting someone who's in alignment with you. Someone's finally in alignment in this marriage, in this connection, relationship. Or if this is a new person, you finally are meeting someone who's on the same page, and it's just divine timing. All right. And I see you being very happy in your connection, however it's going to come true for you. Tell me about the 10 of Cups. Seven of Wands. I see that someone is trying to prove a point, okay? They're trying to prove a point. For those of you who dealt with someone that you love dearly, but they just couldn't get right, they couldn't meet you eye to eye and be on your same level, the same page as you, they're about to really shock you that they're really stepping into the role that you wanted, you seen for them. Maybe they're having some difficulties. Someone's showing you that they're an emperor. Okay, someone is defeating the dragon in their life with the devil. This person, you may see that they're going to stop doing negative actions, whatever that is. If they're hanging around the wrong crowd, they're separating from this crowd. If they were being a procrastinator, being lazy, they're stepping out of that. If they were too much into their negative thinking versus thinking positively or seeing the bigger picture, they're stepping out of that. If their own actions, their own vices were holding them back, they're coming out of that this year. Okay? Someone is finally taking strategy. They're thinking more logically. I have the King of Swords here. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy, but this is just someone who thinks logically and plans ahead. Maybe it was a lack of planning that would make this person not be able to show up. So someone has a strategy here. Even when it comes to proposing, I feel like someone wants to propose to you this year or maybe recommit their vows. They have a plan for that. It's not just a thought that they're going to act out willy-nilly. They actually been planning for months before this happens this year, okay? A beautiful ring I see. Some of you guys are getting a new ring if you're already married, and it's very beautiful. Or, you know, if you're single, if you're not proposed to yet, then your ring is going to be custom made and very, very beautiful. All right, let's see what else is here. Yeah, the Empress. You deserve the world. Someone really wants to step into alignment with the abundance that you're showing. Even if you're a masculine watching, you still embody Empress energy. You're very nurturing. With the Empress, I find that whoever is around the Empress kind of feeds off of her abundance. So whether they're friends, family, or a lover, everybody gets a piece of that pie just being around you, your influence, you know, your aura. And so someone sees your ultimate value finally, right? And I feel like this person is stopping at nothing to win you back or win you over. Five of Swords is like fighting to the death. This person will trump out any competition coming your way, okay? They're going to really be the standout, knockout option here. And they're doing it in pursuit of romance. Knight of Cups and the Emperor again. So that takes us to our outcome. We have the Bachelor, which is the Emperor. Someone is getting suited and booted to make things right with you, to fix this situation, to show up towards you like never before. Even if you're a masculine, you may be attracting a very masculine forward woman, someone who's a self-starter, someone that doesn't have to wait on direction or order to get things going. Someone who may approach you first if you're a single masculine. They may make the first move here with the Bachelor. All right, tell me about this person a little bit. Tell me about the Bachelor coming towards Sagittarius. Emperor tells me that this is someone who's going to be very accountable for their actions and very responsible. They're reliable, okay? And they are ready for more responsibility in a relationship. We have the Judgment. Some of you guys, this is someone coming back around for a second chance or even coming towards you for forgiveness. with that judgment. Judgment also is when you're being called to do something. The universe or God is calling you and saying, hey, you're ready for this, so come forward. So even if this is a new individual, this person has been called to be your wife or your husband. They're finally ready, whoever this person is. They're ready to take something seriously and see it through all the way. Yep, Ace of Pentacles. Definitely see a proposal. I definitely do. How you'll know that this person is coming towards you, or even that there's going to be a shift in action if you're already in a marriage or relationship, you're going to be in the Nine of Pentacles, which is very self-sufficient. You could be indulging in the finer things of life, making a little bit more money than you're used to. Also being able to indulge in really elevated experiences in your community. You could be feeling very abundant. You did it all on your own without a handout. And there's a sense of celebration happening as well. It also could be a time where you're feeling more social than ever. You could be a social butterfly. You are really hanging out a lot with your friends. You're meeting new people in the community. You're not being like isolated or a hermit. Okay, so that's when this person is coming towards you and they want to commit right off the bat. Even if this is a new person coming towards you, they're very marriage focused and they will mention this to you and say that they're looking to date seriously. This person could have in the past had some options with that Seven of Cups, but those options could have been very piss poor options with the Five of Pentacles. They're ready to cut that out and they want to be focused on their everlasting promise. All right, so what do you need to know? I'm definitely going to do an extended. I wasn't sure if I was, but we need to clarify this person. See what they're all about, what their next actions are going to be, what their future plans are with you for this year, how they're going to plan this proposal. All right, we need to know about that. So I definitely will be doing extended. The link will be in the description box down below and also in the comments as well. But what do you need to know at this time for my Saggies? What's happening? What's transitioning in their life? Anyone who this reading is definitely for. What do we have here? Ooh, we have purification. Purification, okay? So, if you're already in a relationship, your relationship is getting a total cleansing, which is going to allow for a lot of fast forward movement. Those of you who are single, you have purified, you have emptied out the disease in your life, whatever was holding you back, and you're attracting someone equally as cleansed as you. All right, we have sun energy, sunflowers, so that makes me think of Leo, okay? You could be attracting someone, or your person is stepping into a role of being very prideful, very proud of their actions because they're really doing things. They're making progress. They're making headway. You could be attracting a leader with Leo energy, okay? We have leadership here. So you're definitely attracting a leader, someone who's a self-starter, someone who is a catalyst for bigger and beautiful things to come towards you guys together. And also with that Leo energy as well, someone with a healthy ego, someone who is not insecure, someone is stepping into a lot of confidence, which is going to allow them to do more and show up more. If you want to know more about this person and how things are going to pan out between you and them, definitely follow me to the extended. If this reading resonated with you and you feel called to get your own personal reading, I do have personal readings available. I did open back up my book. So that link to my personal readings, if you're interested, will be in the description box down below. I love you guys and I will see you in the next one. All right. Make sure to like the video, comment if you feel called to, and subscribe. All right. Bye, y'all.